Unmute your mic.
Did I
Okay.
unmute it?
Yeah,
I did all that.
and I couldn't hear you.
Look, it was a long intro.
Right.
Y'all, I'm teasing the thing. And I don't know why I was looking at you. And I tell y'all, look, y'all forgive me. We trying to get it. And look, now I got the
Right.
comment. Unmute.
Yeah.
Y'all. It's been that kind of day. But guess
Wow.
what? I'm gonna start it a little bit again. Welcome to Rep Your Grind, where we highlight and spotlight entrepreneurs and creative and business leaders making their mark on the world. E Digger been rocking with me since 2013, one of my first print interviews. And I tell you, I am elated to have him with me today. So, y'all,
Yeah.
that's a synopsis of what I said a few minutes ago. But let me tell you, this is the man we all know and love from Baltimore. Y'all give him a hand and y'all be in the comments and let us know. We have questions and everything for him because look, he had to help me behind the scenes and give me info on this platform. I'm still trying to get it together. Okay. I'm still trying, but look. Then I didn't even know to go to comments.
Right. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
Right. Right. It's
Right.
good to see you. Oh my gosh.
You too. What's up?
Oh my gosh. Life. Life.
I know. We
Yes.
was
Life.
talking earlier about marriage and
Yes.
everything.
Yes. Got married to my
Mm.
beautiful wife, Linnea. Shout out to us, 5 years strong, 11
Oh,
years together. Yeah. Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, I've been back in Mississippi 8 years.
Okay. Okay.
Golly,
And when
that
and when
is
you
something.
said when you said you was leaving, I was sad. I was like, no, gotta stay here.
I know God had me come back home, and
Right.
so much transpired after that. That when I
Right.
look back, I was glad, that I was obedient to
Right.
come
Right.
back.
Right.
Uh, I was telling you backstage, and a lot of people Saturday, I lost my daughter, and some more things happened. So I was kind of glad I was closer.
Yes.
But
Yes.
look, I call Linnell the cake lady.
Yes.
The cupcake lady. Cause look,
Yes.
I don't really eat cake, but look, is she still doing it?
She does, but
Mm,
very limited now.
okay.
So she slowed down
Mm,
tremendously, but it's still in her. She when she is available to do it, she'll do it. Put it that
right.
way. But she slowed down a lot. So yeah.
Okay, look, y'all, it's delicioso.
Yes.
Look, I was like, girl, yeah. At first, she wasn't doing it as a business. I was like, come on now,
Yes.
I'm liking this.
And she got a lot of clientele. Word of mouth is
Yeah.
incredible. Word of mouth is incredible, and you'd be surprised of who you know here in especially here in Baltimore. Baltimore is small. Uh,
Hmm.
mouth is incredible. Like you ever want to advertise, I know you got your flyers and your social media, but word of mouth is incredible.
It is.
Just need to say that.
It is, and I'm telling you, like I was saying earlier before I was uh unmuted, that Baltimore showed me so much love when I moved there. And
Yes.
when I started Rep Your Grind, it was just a way to interview um barbers and stylists. And
Yes.
that's how I got connected with E Digger through
Yes.
his barber.
Yes. Eddie.
Uh Eddie,
Yes. Yes.
have you seen Eddie over the
I
years or
I have not seen Eddie. In fact, on a sad note, the
Mm,
barbershop is no longer there.
wow.
Historic Emerson Village shopping center, one of the oldest barbershops that was in that setting is no
Mm,
longer there. And I
wow.
was I was fighting to keep it uh there but because of financial reasons, they had to shut down.
Wow.
And to answer your question, I have not seen Eddie. Um, in fact, I asked what is his name? It was a guy that used to work there that worked closely with Eddie. He said that
Mhm.
he was doing good. He's doing
Okay.
real good. Yeah. So
Well, I'm glad to hear because that's how I got connected with you. And
right.
change rep your grind. It
Yes.
changed the game. You
Right.
know, they speak of that the Bible speak of your gift would make room for you. Me starting out from Mississippi in Maryland, a
Mhm.
barber, trying to connect with other barbers just to get to network a little bit. And then it switched, the gears turned to where I started interviewing. The slogan was, if you love what you do, represent to the fullest.
Right.
And
Right.
and people started saying, I love what I do.
Right. That's
And was
what's
that,
up.
yeah, was that the birth of Charm City?
Yeah.
That,
I had just launched Charm City Direct radio show
mhm.
during that time, and I was trying to find ways to, get the word out. And it started, like I said, it started as a radio show, Charm City Direct radio show. Shout out to Mike Mumbles, who
Right.
at the time was MMBP radio, later switched to WDMF radio, and started right there in his basement. And we rocked out I want to say every Saturday. I think it was like every Saturday. And
Wow.
yeah, so it started Charm City Direct radio show started as a radio show, later changed to TV because I was doing
Mhm.
both. I was doing radio and TV because I always had this thing where I need people to see what I'm doing. So I was going out to people homes. I was going out to artists and poets and barbers and beauty salons. I was just going to their house and interviewing them, and I changed it from the radio to TV. So it was Charm City Direct TV because I always had this thing that people need to see what I was doing.
Mhm.
Um, then it got the best of me. I was doing too much. I had to slow down. So one had to go.
I know
And
about that. I
yeah,
know.
so I changed the whole format to Charm City Direct TV. And then when COVID hit, I had this idea of, since we can't go outside, I'm gonna bring y'all to me. And I did that virtually with the help of virtual streaming platforms such as Rescream, StreamYard, OBS, just to name a few. And to allow a person to be across town or in another state, another
Mhm.
country, to interview them about what they're doing. And I just changed the whole format to Charm City Direct TV.
Yeah. Look. So over the last, I guess I've been gone 8 years, but over the
Right.
last decade, since the first transition from radio to television, what
Yes.
have you been up to in these last 8 years? And how has your career evolved during this time?
Well, it evolved tremendously because I've had a chance to be behind the scenes, so to speak. Something that I always wanted to do. Excuse me. I always wanted to be behind the scenes. Anybody can talk. Anybody can talk for a long period of time. I love to talk, but every now and then, talk can get old. So I said, let me step behind the scenes and start producing some shows. Excuse me.
Mhm.
And one show in particular was Barbershop and Mike's. It
Mm.
consisted of uh, Bro Mike, a good friend in New York. He had the brilliant idea of having a podcast to talk not just about barbers and beauty salons and beauticians, but to talk about society, community, what's going on in the world. And we did that for about a couple of months. It was himself, and 3 other co-hosts, and it was a good run. And shout out to, oh my gosh, she's going to kill me. Vet Green of the Vet Green show. She is the
Mhm.
host. She is the owner of Green Links Media. Out of that, she stepped out of her comfort zone and started Green Links Media. Also, I produced a lot of other shows. I just stepped behind and just started producing, um, stepping behind the scenes and creating content, giving other people the opportunity to share their vision, share their talent, so to speak, under the umbrella of Charm City Direct TV. And then I went a step further. I said, uh, right now in the space that I'm in, I was calling it the attic because that's where I'm at.
Mhm.
But I needed to give the attic a name. So I went, stepped out on faith, and I acquired my LLCs to have an umbrella for the radio station and the TV outlet. So the Lions Den Media Studio was born. So everything that is related to radio and TV is housed under the Lions Den Media Studio. So
Okay.
that's where we are now.
What? So
Yeah.
look, you said now you're behind the scenes. Which do you like better? You prefer giving it or being behind the scenes? What you would say, managing the information. That's
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I'm never shy of the camera. Never shy of the
right.
camera. I'm always on
Excuse me.
go, but I love to create as well. So I can't choose. I love it both. Either I'm doing the podcast or I'm doing a show or I'm creating the show or producing a show. So I love it both. I, I I
Okay.
can't I can't seem to pick a favorite. There is some challenges to producing because a lot of people don't pay attention. But that's another podcast. Um, but overall, I love it because it's new, it's creative. I get to interject and suggest and put my spin on it, so to speak. And then on my side, I just love to create. I love to create something new,
Right.
something that people need and people want that they're not getting in social media or regular TV for that matter.
Right. And I'm telling you, my thing, once Rep Your Grind had started, it was a blog.
Yes.
So I am a print type of person. I'm a paper ink pen. I'm like that person that go collect ink pens. I have this one that I want to write on this type of paper. I like A5 and all
Wow.
of this. So when
Okay.
I transitioned to visual,
Mhm.
that thing was done. I was like, I don't know if I really want to show my face because
Right.
I'm country. I'm
Uh-huh.
country, and and some of my words might not come out right. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
But
right.
it was like I was so comfortable being in print,
Mm,
and I mean it transformed from the blog to the magazine. So
wow.
I see how those steps could take.
Right.
And yeah, virtually, I wasn't ready.
Right.
I can't even get the mic right now. And I'd be so nervous
Well,
at
I
the
I
beginning.
I think, what because I was the same way for a minute.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people are shy when it comes to camera or anything that dealing with a microphone. I think of it as a conversation. You on the phone and you talking to your best friend.
Right.
You haven't seen that person for a minute and you just want to share some information with them. And that's what a person told me long, long time ago when I stepped into this arena.
Mhm.
Step out of the mindset to think that this camera and this microphone is your best friend and y'all on the phone and you're talking to an audience but your audience is your best friend, and you're talking to them. You haven't seen them in a good little while, and you just want to share some information with you or
Right.
with them,
Okay.
so to speak. So that's how I
Right.
got over it. And now you can't keep me away from a camera. You can't keep me away from a microphone. So
Look, I'm trying because I have the other podcast is about a lifing,
right,
loss and love, and it's been a journey. So I'm gonna plug it. Yep.
right,
It's me. It's been a
right,
journey podcast. Y'all check that
right.
out on Mondays coming on January the 13th. Hey, that's my ad. I don't have no one yet to add for me. But look, so but it's fascinating when I see individuals that we all started and how it has transitioned, how you can see the movement in the business, like the names doesn't change, it's just the ending, like
Right,
Rep Your Grind blog or Rep Your Grind magazine,
right.
Charm City Direct Radio to television,
Mhm,
to and that's what I be wanting people to understand. Even though you keep your name,
mhm.
it should, something about it should flourish into something else.
Right,
When I was saying earlier, your gift make room for you.
right.
So it brings me to the question of, how does it feel now to be the owner and operator of the Lions Den WLEO?
Right. So the Lion the Lions Den Media Studio, for people that don't know, I'm a Leo. Um I was born in July, and the zodiac sign for July is lion. And everything that aside from Charm City Direct TV, WLEO, because a lot of people is like Will Leo or W Leo, is WLEO.
Well, thank you. I got it right. Hello.
Right.
Okay.
And Leo is Leo. Um,
Right.
I just love the lion. I don't know what it is. It's my zodiac sign. I just love the lion.
Mhm.
26.7 is my birthday backwards. 726.
Okay.
So it's like a play. If you look at it and if you know
Hmm.
me, it's like, he just took his birthday and his zodiac sign. So, and I transformed that into a radio station, and here's why. I used to listen to the radio a lot. I just got tired of the same song being played every 5 minutes. And I said, if I ever was to start a radio station, you will not hear the same song every 5 minutes. And there's a variety of music, from jazz, gospel, R&B, rap, you name it. I can't do country. I'm sorry. I'm not just there yet. Um, Alternative, I'm not just there yet. So is you'll get a nice little collection from mainstream music to
Hmm.
independent artists. And aside from that, the buffer to add some shows in between the music. So
Hmm.
there is a, good little number of shows that appear on the station as well. In their own time slot, you have DJs, you have talk shows. Um, you have a variety of things that goes on the station as well. Now, the Lions Den Media Studio, which I'm in right now,
Hmm.
that is the umbrella that house both Charm City Direct TV and WLEO to offer services to people who might need flyers, who might need content, who might need show ideas, you name it, it's right here on the
Hmm.
one umbrella. So when you decide on what you want to do as far as radio, I have services that's dedicated to that. If you want to do TV, I have services that are dedicated to that. So just to because I'm always a person that I see it what it is. If I can hear it, it's radio. If I can
Hmm.
see it, it's TV. And I try to separate the two. Of
Right.
course, they're the same entity under the same umbrella, but I keep it separate, so to speak.
That's what's up. So what being having your umbrella and
Yes.
what are or what have been some of the challenges and rewards with having your own station, with running all these different people,
Right.
spirits,
I'm
attitudes,
Imma start with the challenges first. Imma start with the,
reward.
rewards first. Um, the greatest reward is meeting people.
Mhm,
I've always been a fan of meeting people, new people, and meeting people with like-minded ideas and mindsets. Excuse me, knowing where they wanna go, having their vision, knowing where they wanna go, what they wanna do, oriented, so to speak. So that's always been like a number one for me. Being recognized for um, being seen out of state, out of the country, having
mhm,
eyes put on your entity by your content. Some of the challenges uh getting people to not fully understand your identity, um
mhm,
who are blatantly uh screwing your name over or
mm,
putting you in a bad light, so to speak. I just had to correct somebody not too long ago based off of the name of the entities. Because if you look at it, you spend a large amount of time perfecting your entity
mhm.
for a person to come in and glance at it and say, "Oh yeah, I know W Leo over there at 88.5 in Baltimore." Clearly. Clearly, sir, that is not
Let me
that is
tell you something. I heard about that.
right.
I ain't gonna say what the source was, right?
Okay.
Because this person helped me behind the scenes, still in Maryland,
Right.
and like, yeah, I talked to E nigga, and I'm telling you, something transpired, and I said, well, let me tell you something. I know it's WLEO. I ain't gonna do it to him, you know what I mean? But it does do that
It
because,
does. And it's I understand sometimes we get caught up and we glance at things and
mhm,
sometimes you just gotta put people in a place.
yeah,
Like and I do it professionally. I say, hey, look, let me talk to you, for a minute. And I posted, I say, this is Charm City Direct TV.
right,
Charm City is the nickname for Baltimore.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? And I love Baltimore. I love Baltimore.
I,
WLEO is, you know, worldwide listening entertainment online. So
okay,
worldwide at W,
mm-hmm.
listening L, entertainment E, online O, 26.7. And
Mm-hmm.
you'd be surprised. It's 726. That's my birthday.
Yeah.
But it,
Look.
out of that, that people are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a challenge. You just know that people are watching.
Right.
But sometimes, and this goes out to, business owners, this goes out to people with brands, stop at nothing to protect your brand. Even if they mess it up, you got to put them in their place. This is my brand. I built this. Please say it right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell you that is something that is, please say it right. You know, and but once they do it like more than once, then you like, okay, so you playing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
trying.
I'm not saying, and please understand people,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's such an a-hole. No, it's not that. I
It's just
solely believe it takes years. It takes years to
Mhm.
build brands. You just don't wake up and scratch your butt and there's your brand. It takes years to create brands. I'm still
Mhm.
creating. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
For a person to blatantly now, one time you make a mistake, I get it. Do a
Mhm.
mistake and you're honest with it. Hey, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. But you're blatantly doing it every single time, you know,
Yeah.
after the fact that I put you in your place.
Mhm.
So, entrepreneurs, business owners, protect your brand at all costs. And not only that, is, how people perceive you, how you put yourself out there and people look at you. Because I have a word for that. They're
Mhm.
haters. And they're haters. And they did not think of this before. So when you come out
Right.
with it, it's like, you know, because they didn't think of it.
Right.
You
But
know?
I know because early on, everyone was like, "Why are you in the background?" Everything was just the logo, rep your ground,
Right.
because I was
Right.
promoting it.
Right. Right.
I wanted people to get to know rep your grind before
Right.
me, because
Right.
when I went to live events, you remember we used to do that
Oh yeah.
before COVID, live events, and we blog or we introduce ourselves, or we didn't want anyone to know we really there and gonna talk about whatever XYZ gonna happen the next day
Right.
on
Right.
our various sites.
Right.
So, but now I understand that me as Vonetta is a brand.
Mhm.
So now I know when they see that face, they're gonna associate it with, Rep Your Grind or It's Been a Journey podcast or my barbershop,
Mhm.
like that. So
Mhm.
that is very important to protect that brand because people will try to destroy you. Like one
Yes.
instance, I had a guy went on social media when I was back there in Maryland, and I mean he trash talk, rep your grind, and I gave him an honest opportunity and everything, but he
Mhm.
trash talk because he couldn't do what he wanted to do.
Mhm.
Now I act up sideways. You ain't gonna just do what you want to do with my
Exactly.
money. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nobody paid for that event. You know what I
Right.
mean? This
Right.
came out my barbershop money. I'm gonna say it like that.
Right. Right.
So, but it really what he thought it was gonna do is tarnish it, but it caused more people to want to know,
Mhm.
well, who is this Vanetta or who
Right.
is this Rep Your Grind?
Right.
So
Right.
what you mean for harm gonna turn
Right.
out for my good?
There you go. There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
Right.
And then come up, I get a DM that you want to be back in. I don't know. I'm a prayer back. How about that?
Mhm. Right.
I have a right.
Right.
So so talk about Charm City Direct Television, right? It's a
Uh-huh.
staple of Maryland and surroundings because I was watching and I used to catch him. It was a Christian show you had on there.
Mhm.
And I used to
Mhm.
catch him early in the morning because I'd be up so early.
Right.
And I really enjoyed. I can't think of his name. I don't want to mess it up. I just got through talking about somebody, so I don't want
It
to
is
be the.
it is crazy. I know exactly. I think it's old age now that I'm
Mhm.
forgetting people names, but I do. Raymond Matthews.
Yeah, I
Raymond
enjoyed,
Matthews. Yeah.
his content, but
Right.
you know, so how have has the show developed for you? Not just right now, the people that's under your umbrella. I mean, for
Mhm.
you. How has it developed to say, okay, Digger now the CEO, COO, the executive of that television show?
Right.
How has it developed to a dream that you may have had back when we first started? Has it
Wow.
touched that?
Yeah. More times than one because I wouldn't even imagine um just being behind the scenes to produce um and the blessings that came with just being consistent, you know, just not stopping at, When I first started Charm City Direct TV, I started with a tablet. I was walking around with a tablet, and to now I am in a full studio, and I am able to convey a message. I am able to be a pioneer for others to convey their message, a vessel for other people to uh convey messages. So I never, back then when I dreamed of this and talking to people about this and going on YouTube and doing research, I never imagined, of the magnitude that this possibly could have. So but to answer your question, I just feel great of the growth, the content that and that's another.
Y'all, we end up having some technical difficulties, but he will be right back. If you still could hear me, give me some hearts or a thumb up. I'm looking at my monitors to see what happened, but we will he will return momentarily for this great information. And I am so glad that y'all tuned in to hear uh, what's been happening with E Digger and everything. Thank you so much, Brother Mike. And I also want to say, if you would like to be interviewed or share your grind with Rep Your Grind, inbox me or message me. We're here to highlight entrepreneurs and people that love what they do. Just as soon as he come back, we'll be back in here. Okay, he just hit me up and said the power went out. So I don't know. I'm in Mississippi. So are y'all having a lot of snow there? Mike, Michael, I got two, a Mike and a Michael. Are y'all having a lot of snow in Maryland? But he said the power went out and he'll be back. I don't know if it's via phone or whatever. But I'm glad that y'all stopped in. Let me tell you a little bit about Rep Your Grind if you don't know. We are a platform that highlight people that love what they do and they represent their love by sharing their dream to assist future generations with theirs. So our slogan is don't just do it great, we have to represent. So if he do not come back on in a moment, we will conclude this. But I'm telling you, go back, listen to some nuggets that he dropped. They were so good. Okay. You're in the hospital working or in the hospital as a patient? It's nice to meet you. Yeah. And okay, well I pray all is well with you. It was nice to meet you and thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate that for tuning in and hope all goes well. So we're trying to see what's going on here. But I have questions for you. If you're an entrepreneur and you love what you do, contact us. Message me here on Facebook. You probably get me quicker than repyourgrind at gmail.com. Um, but we highlight entrepreneurs. So it has been an honor to catch up with him and to hear about all the incredible things he is doing. And we appreciate you taking the time out to share, you know, him sharing his journey and y'all taking the time out to listen to us. Awesome. So before I let you go, let me read some of the comments. I am a first beginner entrepreneur. Okay, well, so what is your business since you're on here? What are you dabbling in? Because I have some serial entrepreneurs, and I'm gonna try to get you in Team Rep Your Grind. And those entrepreneurs in there have like multiple e-commerce. Okay, so are you in like fashion, skincare products, or you haven't developed it yet? Okay, latest stuff. I tell you, we have a lot of stuff. So I ask you this, since we're waiting on him, right? Uh, Asking like, what problems are you solving, right? Since you're a first time entrepreneur, and we may have some stuff, some more serial entrepreneurs are here. Fingernails, but just the beginning. Awesome. And so you have figured out the target market. You figured out what problem you solving. Because let me tell you something. I am a Lee press on girl from 1995. Okay, born in the 70s. I've been pressing on since probably they started in the 80s. So, and these are some questions for anyone that's on here while we're trying to see will E Digger be able to come back with us. What problem are you solving in your business? And what is your target market? And I know we all hear that all the time, but we have to understand the pain point we're addressing, and defining your ideal customer will help guide your business direction. Oh, right. I sure can. You give me that Shopify. I sure will be. Okay. So let me try to. He's trying to get back in. Y'all hold on 1 second. We're going to keep it live, keep it raw and uncut. Okay. That's the best way to do it. I like it like that. So people can see how things really, really, really transpire when the unexpected happens. And because he has some very good pointers, and I do. So if any entrepreneurs on here, you can go to Team Rep Your Grind. It's a group chat with various people I have interviewed over the last decade. Is people that just joined recently since we're coming back. And you could go on there. It's REPYOGRIND. I put it down in the comments. We're trying to see if he can come back with us. I hope so. This is something, man, y'all. Here. So he's back. Y'all, why does hair look like Mary Tyler Moore? Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you for some reason.
I told this
I
is
I still can't hear you.
really. Mm. The audience can hear both of us. Let me see. Well, he's trying to come back on. Um, some more questions that we could ask ourselves are when we start in a business is how will we finance that business? Are you using savings? Are you using your current employment to fund a business? Now, I did that when I opened my boutique because it was so spur of the moment. It was like, do this. And I went to try to get a loan and they didn't want to loan it to me. And then let me tell you what happened. Income tax season came and I said, I want this building. I know God gonna bless it. And it happened. Like I got my LLC and I um I wanted a brick and mortar. And then I opened. I opened with a few products and those products were so well that I could open with another, right? And then so it was like I had to think what was my short term and long term goals, right? Because especially if you buying inventory, if you're doing check to check, like when you get paid, like you set aside that for your business and everything else, for what you deem fit to do. But I did that too. And until I funded my business through my job because how quickly it developed until my business could fund itself. And then maybe like the second year it started funding me. I wanted to make sure it flourished because I had a job, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a job and you have an LLC, that is so good for your business. It offsets some of those taxes, y'all. Look, I'll just try to tell you. And after we go through and see the regulations and the legal requirements and all that we need, I mean, you could do anything at the era that it is now. You could be rich, not like back when we was in the 80s and everything. You could be like now people are going viral becoming employed by videos. So it's no really no limit now on what you can do with entrepreneurship. So y'all, I am so glad y'all join me. I am not going to prolong the hour or keep you on here, but I am so glad that E Digger stopped by due to unforeseen circumstances and weather events that's going on across the country. They had a blackout for a second and he tried to come back on. So, but stick with us. We'll have another entrepreneur here, maybe even Brother Mike, or he may come and talk about his new beginning journey of being an entrepreneur. Oh, wait a minute. Bigger. I was about to close.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my god.
Look, I was just doing my little closeout speech. So y'all disregard that.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. We got a chance to talk about fresh entrepreneurs on here and got a chance to tell about LLC a little bit and
Okay.
play check to play check. So look, I done had a whole commercial and an episode.
I am so sorry.
No, that's all right. Hey, that's the part of being live. I like
Right.
it. It's raw. It is real.
Right.
And then hey, that's how we black folks do. You know,
Yeah.
we gonna make it rock to it
We're gonna
roll.
make it work.
So look, you was telling us about Charm City Direct.
Yeah, I so Charm City Direct TV
Mhm.
always wanted to have, because everybody see my face. Wanted to have other fresh faces. All wanted to have new content from all walks of life, all kind of messages, so forth and so on.
Right.
So basically, the evolve. Of course, it started with me, but to have other shows, other content, podcasts, um, is pretty much what Charm City Direct TV is aiming for. During that time, I was blessed to, get on YouTube, do my research, what it is that I want, what it is that I needed to convey messages, and I think that's what um, other people wanted to do but didn't know how.
Mhm.
So I was that vessel to, because not a lot of people will share their knowledge. Not a lot of people would take people that they don't know and share with them what it is they need to do in order to get their message across. So I think that's what that right there what brings me joy is to help people, helping people, meeting people. If I can't do it, I can point them in a different direction. So that's what Charm City Direct TV is all about. Getting the message out there. How can I relay this message to the masses?
Mhm.
And using my platform to do that. And with content, I'm big on content. Like a lot of content that you see on social media is the same content. It's unnecessary content. Um, we want to give some substance. I'm tired of eating chicken every day. Can I switch it up to some steak with some lamb chops? Or I need that variety. So that's what Charm City Direct TV is. What we offer. Just some fresh faces, fresh content, and new ideas, new opportunities.
Right. Because when you said a new stuff and that was good segue because my next question, as being a content creator and a media entrepreneur, you're seeing shifts
Yeah,
or you're seeing stagnation. People don't
it's
talk about the stagnation that people seem to get stuck in. You know, like you said, seeing the same thing.
right. I was just looking at on social media. There's a dude that does it's like a prank. He approached the girl. He's in a new car. He's in a new
Mm,
car, or he's standing by a car. So the girl approached him. The same setting, the same plot. And the girl walks down the street. He's trying to holler at the girl. Girl don't give him no play, but he gets into this brand new car that looks good,
mm,
and she turns around and said, "Ooh, he."
he must got money. He getting in that car. But it's that same. I love the idea. The idea is there, but every video is the same. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like switch it up a little bit. Have a woman buy a new car. Standing by the car, and the man walk down. You trying to holler at the man. The man don't give you no play until they see what kind of ride you in. But then just don't stop there. Where does this lead? You see what I'm saying? Based off of this new car. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. The stagnation in social media. They need to switch it up. You see what I'm saying? And that's what my my platforms switch it up. What is it? I have gospel programming, I have DJ programming, I have talk show programming, podcast programming, but everybody has a different message. Everybody has a different thing that's going on. Don't stop looking at social media and looking at what they're doing. God bless you with a brain and a mind. Use it
Right.
to come up with some different content.
Before AI. Uh-oh, can I say
Way
that?
before, yeah, way before AI. Like you with AI, you can't even tell what's real or what's not.
I don't want Al to get me. Look, that's why
Right,
I be saying I like Al. I don't want
right,
to call your name out. So, what
right.
are some of the biggest trends that you notice in television and online? And are you quick to adapt to those, or are you trying to recreate a trend,
I,
or even
we
develop a new one?
right. Right now. I'm in the talks. I can't go any further than I can't give you. Well, I think I can. I'm not sure, but we're
Right.
in the process of taking adaptation of a producer show that was done like 8 years ago,
Okay.
um, and recreate it and put a spin on it to have it here in Baltimore, because not a lot of podcasts, not a lot of shows uh, offer anything to the producer, the music producer. So my god brother and I, shout out to Donnie Durango, um, he and I will be working on that to bring that here in Baltimore pretty soon. Haven't figured out a name yet, but that's another behind the scenes for me, um,
Okay.
because I love music. I can't produce it, so I would love to. Hey, I'll work the camera.
Right.
I'll do the editing and things of that nature. So that's one. Another. Uh, I think it's safe for me to say this. Charm City Direct TV will be a full fledged show, meaning
Okay.
audience participation, co-hosts, on a stage. You got people coming in, sitting down, comedians, you name it. Is we're in the talks right now to house this on a network. So be on the lookout for that. So that right there is another avenue of new things or new creativity around the Charm City Direct TV brand, so to speak.
I love that. I mean, so much is transforming into artificial everything.
Yeah,
It's I like the organic feel of having an audience, the organic
right.
feel of having a direct conversation.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, not this texting. You know,
right,
hey, if you like the text, that's you. But
right,
where is it? You got to go capital to say you mad. But when I could look at you and say I'm mad, you know what I mean? You got to
right,
put the capital letter, got to hit cap lock to make sure.
right,
Then if it don't sound right, you got to delete. No,
right.
I could put it out. So that is awesome, and that was my next question: what we could look forward to.
Yeah,
So that
it's
is
yeah. We like the producer show. We like I said, we're putting that together now. We're talking about that. Charm City is. I know it's not going to be Charm City Direct TV. It's going to be Charm City Direct TV presents. Well, I'll be hosting and another co-host as well, and we're just sitting down. It's going to be like a sit down, Johnny Carson, Arsenio Hall type thing, where we're going to sit down with the person. There are going to be live performances. A DJ is just something about a DJ I just absolutely love. Um, and just have crowd participation, crowd reaction. So we just looked at a space right here in Baltimore, big enough to do all of this. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So we are in conversations now with just formatting, scheduling, people of interest, and things of that nature. So be on the lookout for that. Also, the producer show. And when I say producer show, we're going to different studios, and the premise of this is to um, catch the producer in their element. You know,
Okay.
they're making a beat, and then we're going to bring in an artist to rap over the beat in the booth. So it's going to be like a step by step journey into beat making, from beat making from the board to the booth, and
Mm.
that's pretty much
I,
the name right there. Like
you might need to write that down.
yeah, from the board to the booth. So, but it's still in the beginning stages. It's still in the preparation stages. So be on the lookout for that. Also, just more content, more content.
Mm.
I just talked to Bro Mike. He was in here earlier. We thinking about bringing barbershop and mics back, to Charm City Direct TV. And that's just Charm City Direct TV. WLEO, same thing. It's, new shows, um, new DJs, more podcasts, more music from independent artists, housed on this one station. So let's be on the lookout for that.
That's what's up because I could tell y'all I was on barbershops and mics. I don't know if it was called that. You
Right,
remember?
right.
You videoed me in the shop when I was in
Yeah,
Maryland.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't forget.
yeah.
Go find my stuff. Put me up.
And speaking of which, I need to present this. This is near and dear. I lost my mind because I couldn't find it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rep Your Grind blog, uh, 2014 Ultimate Grinder Award. Man,
You
I I
got it.
hold this dear to my heart. I could not find this when we had moved, and I found it, and it sits right downstairs in my living room right now. And like I said, I hold this very dear. This
Look,
was one of my awards that was won at the Rep Your Grind Awards.
the
Uh,
first one.
right, the very first one. I got dapper. I was suited and booted, and I just want to say thank you so much for recognizing me, as a young entrepreneur just starting out. Nobody knew who I was, and taking a chance on me and presenting me with this award. So I greatly appreciate you.
Oh, you welcome. Put that back up. 'Cause I'm put you on
Okay.
screen.
Okay. Yes. Ultimate Grinder Award right here. Um, man, what can I say? This was the highlight of a year that I took the chance to step out on faith and present this and be presented with this award. This is the Ultimate Grinder Award because your boy was out there grinding for real. He was doing this thing.
Look, I was about to post that picture earlier. Look, I'm looking for it. That TRW. I'm gonna post
Yeah,
it up after this.
yeah,
I'm gonna post it, and it was on my mind because by since this is January, if God bless, I'm not gonna wait a year. Hopefully by hopefully September,
Hmm.
I want to do the Rep Your Ground Awards. I don't know how or where. I wouldn't mind bringing it back in Maryland, but we're gonna pray about it and see how
That's
that going. And I mean, I just said in my head before you said, I was thinking, I like, oh, everything work out, which it is. I'm
yes.
gonna bring it back,
Thank
and
you.
that does my heart good to see that people still have their awards. Because I'm telling you, I want it to be to where show my appreciation for even giving me the time and opportunity to promote you in turn that promoted me.
Right. Right.
You know,
And then
so
this was the highlight of everybody, and understand people, these are, shout out to Shenyear, who hosts the Baltimore Crown Awards. Actually, that was last year. These are our Oscars. These are our Tonys. These are our Golden Globes for the underground and the independent artists, the entrepreneurs. And, shout out to Vonetta, shout out to Shenyear, who takes the time to effortlessly acknowledge the underground talent, because we really don't get the talent. We don't get the recognition that we so deserve. And I just want to go on the record and say thank you again for taking your time, because I know it's a lot. I know
oh
it's a lot. And when I received this, it was like, oh, I have come. So I just want to say again, thank you so much. For,
you're welcome. Thank you. Because without y'all, it wouldn't been Rep Your Grind. You know
it's
what I mean?
crazy because it sits in my living room, and somebody came in and they said, "Oh, that is so good," and they picked it up, and I said, "Put it down, put it back where you got it from. Leave it alone. Don't touch that.
you, you like the kids on Bunny Man. Put it back.
Put it back."
Well, E Digger, thank you so much. It was an
Thank
honor
you.
catching up. I couldn't end it no better. I mean, my smile got my jaws hurt because I'm telling you, the Rep Your Grind Awards was getting bigger and bigger and bigger,
Yes,
y'all. And let me tell you, God bless Rep Your Grind to just flourish in Maryland. And I'm praying that it flourish here in Mississippi and around the world.
yes,
But let me tell you something. Go out, support Charm City Direct Television, TV, support WLEO, The Lion Den. Support them. They're doing great things in Maryland. If you like to be a part of Rep Your Grind and share your journey, if you love what you do, hit us up, DM us, message us. You can hit us up on repyourgrind@gmail.com, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, we on it. We even on TikTok. I got 8 people, but I'm still getting. I'm learning. I'm learning, and we will send you questions and everything, and we will just promote the best part of you. We're not here to bash anyone because we all have a story to tell, and sometimes our journey will assist new beginners like Brother Mike that's on here, Bro Mike. He's a new entrepreneur, and I'm telling you, and shout out to him for even tuning in. He just had surgery, so we praying that all is well with him. But I tell y'all, thank y'all so much. E Digger, once again, thank you. Before you leave, give them all your social media handles and where they
sure.
could contact you to be a part of your awesome networking network.
Sure. So shout out to Bro Mike as well. He in here. That's my man. You can find us, Charm City Direct TV, on YouTube at Charm City Direct TV. Find us on Facebook at Charm City Direct TV. We are on TikTok. Um, it's not under Charm City Direct TV. I think it's under our personal E Digger 73 or 26. We are also on Instagram at charm underscore city underscore direct TV on Instagram. WLEO, you can find us and listen to the station on Live 365. Go to your App Store or Google Play Store, download the Live 365 app, and search for WLEO 26.7 online radio. And you got to spell it out just like that in order to hear the station. Also, WLEO is on Facebook at WLEO 26.7 online radio and on Instagram at WLEO underscore uh, online radio. If I said, yeah, 26.7, it's a lot. 26.7, 267 radio. Go to Instagram and find it.
Let me tell you something. Now that and those words are from a serial entrepreneur. When
Yes.
you have to think, later we just gonna say check the link tree.
Yeah. I should have just said check the link tree.
Look, I'll have one, and I need to get one. So somebody gonna show me. I'm telling you, when
Right.
I say on paper and pen, I'm old school still. Okay,
Yeah.
but look, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Rep Your Grind. If you enjoyed today's episode with all its quirks and blackouts, look, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep up with E Dig on all his many platforms and all his beautiful endeavors, all of his social media site. And remember, you can access you have access to our journeys on all our platforms. Keep grinding. Stay tuned for our next episode. Look, what we always end with: if you love what you do, don't just do it great, represent.
That's it.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all so much.